let the chaos begin. Um, Welcome everybody. If you ever show up to this video or if you watch it later, that's fine. Make sure you like and subscribe anyway. We are doing just a gab fest. We're going to talk about Worldcon, and I have never been to one, so I signed up to work for this taskmaster at the Worldcon, and I'm afraid of what kind of monster she's going to be. So I invited her on. Palmer, how are you doing tonight?
Good. Get ready for your 100 push-ups every morning before we start stocking shelves.
Oh, I would pay good money to see that.
And we have not one but two people who know the lay of the land in Seattle here, Mary and Kristen.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hello.
So I'm a late night partier, so I'm going to have to know all the dance clubs.
I don't know if I'm the person to ask.
Yeah, I'm probably not either. I can tell you where to eat.
And by late night, I mean 8 o'clock. And then we have the one and only Joe Byrne, who's written the single greatest scene ever seen or read by man. But he's not going to tell us what it is. You have to get.
You have to read the book.
And what is the name of the book, Joe?
The Grim Dwarf. Cursed.
The Grim Dwarf. Nice. And last but not least, we have a man who has a wonderful hairdo. I'm trying to replicate it myself, and that is the one and only head of the SFF Insiders and the Berserker, Bo Kelly. Welcome, sir.
The Berserker.
Thanks for having me back.
And we got people here. I'm just going to scroll through these. So who here has been to Worldcon before? I know, Palmer, you have. Anybody else? Nope. All righty. So Palmer, tell us what Worldcon is like, in the next 45 minutes or so.
Sure. Yeah, I've been to a few. I started going like way back when I was like pitching agents and trad publishers. So I've been to maybe 5 of them. So Worldcon is it's called a science fiction convention, but it's fantasy and science fiction and horror. So it's the speculative fiction. It's where the Hugo Awards are nominated and awarded. And it travels around to different cities across the world through a bidding process. So basically groups of people in various cities make a proposal that they want to host such and such year. And then they prove that they know how to run a convention, that they have a budget, they have a hotel or convention center. And then the members, which anyone who has been to the previous Worldcon is a member, or who's bought a ticket or bought a membership, which is cheaper, is a member. They vote on whoever is bidding. Like I think Australia's up for 2027 as well as something else. I don't know, but you could look it up. There's bidding out for a few years. It's traveled around. Last year was in Glasgow, Scotland. Next year it's in LA. 2 years on the West Coast in a row is a little unusual. But the US hosted a lot, but it was before Glasgow was in China. There was all this controversy around that. There's controversies because it's, just like on X, there's these like controversies and people get at each other. It's the same thing. Cons are just a bunch of the same kind of community, nerdy geeks who are tribal and get into kerfuffles. Anyway, it's a convention. They say it's the largest one, but this year it's I think they have about 6,500 members. So it's not as big as like Dragon Con, but it's not a fan fest. It's a literary fest that the audience is typically avid readers, reviewers, writers, publishers, agents, illustrators. It's not quite industry. Like World Fantasy Convention is very much industry. Like if you go there, all the publishers and agents are there. Worldcon is kind of a mix, but whereas like a Dragon Con or a Comic Con is very much like fans of mass media. So it's a perfect niche for us because whether you're a booktuber or a reviewer or an author or an avid reader, it's for you. There's something for you. There's tons of panels. There's a huge dealer's room with lots of books for sale, like in different scenes, like Broken Binding. like Glasgow had Broken Binding had a huge table, and you could always just walk by Broken Binding and meet some author who you love because they're just hanging out and chat with them, get their autograph, give them a hard time. Like I met Cahill and Philip Quintrell. They were just like hanging, so I just like hung out with them. Hey guys, So anyway, I'll stop blabbing now. That's a kind of intro, I guess.
So I just want to add that I've told the story 100 times about how I didn't ever want to be a writer until 2017, and this year I voted for the Hugos, and I just find that to be the most ridiculous thing. That they let me vote for Hugo Awards. How does this happen?
Dude, the most important thing that you could watch a Bookborn video on this. Anyone who is a member, anyone who attends can vote. Yeah. In fact, we can vote you can nominate. We can nominate an indie author. What about that? It is not an industry thing. It's not just, the only reason it's trad publishers who like Tor wins like sweeps like every year is because they've got a big contingent who nominates their books. Well, let's like nominate some indie books, people.
I'm up for it. I think Heliotrope should be the one we nominate this year.
Somebody got in trouble for putting forth a book to be nominated and like evangelizing that. Like that's against the rules. So don't say that, it could jinx it. But there's plenty of books represented on this panel right now that could be nominated. That's all I'm saying.
My college roommate won a Hugo.
Who did?
Oh, wow.
My college roommate. It's one of those weird stories that my college and grad school roommate, I lived with this guy for like 4 years, and he won a Hugo. We had lost touch. And one day I'm like on reading Tor.com. They're like, congratulations to John Chu for winning the Hugo. And I'm like, I know that name. Like, it can't be this, because John Chu's it's not like there's one John Chu in the US. I didn't know he was writing because he's like an electrical engineer. So I had no idea he was even like working in fiction. And I looked up his website and I'm like, oh, that's the same guy. Like there's no doubt. God. And then I'm like, oh yeah, my college roommate. So yeah. So now I got to win one so I can catch up to my college roommate.
Was he
at never gonna happen.
Comic-Con? Was he at Emerald City Comic-Con?
I have no idea. Possibly.
I think he might have been.
What's his name again?
John Chu.
Can you spell his last name?
CHU.
Hold on.
He went for a short story, and he's got a novel coming out from Tor now. Yeah, we were like roommates. Yeah, a year in college and 3 years of grad school. He's a great guy. We lost touch. But the funny part is, like, so we were in grad school together. Now I have like, I've written a bunch of novels. He's won a Hugo. He's much more successful than I am. But like, we weren't like in an English department together. We weren't like a writing program together, right? He was an engineer. He was an electrical engineer, and I was like a philosophy major, right? It was like nothing to do with fiction. So it's kind of a funny that our lives have converged in this way. Like, and it wasn't like we were writing like on the side back then either, right? Again, we happened to be roommates. It's just very weird. It's kind of cool.
Montreal's one of the ones that's up for 2027 as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I would love that.
What did you
Montreal.
say,
Montreal.
That's
in my
Australia?
Backyard.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's my backyard as long as Canadians still let us in.
So buy a membership. You can buy an unattending membership, which is a lot cheaper. Row if you're not going, and then you also could vote for a Hugo, just like your counterpart, Mike.
Well, see, here I was thinking it was a big deal, and now you're telling me I could just.
Mike doesn't want a Hugo anymore. If he can vote for one,
mirrors, the industry has put over everyone. Oh, the Hugos.
Wouldn't want to be in any club that would let me vote for it.
I'm in SIFWA now. I can vote for the Nebula. Anyone else in SIFWA? Any other SIFWA members? No, I'm the only dumb one. They took my money. You don't get any. It's not the sales requirements are not high for an indie author anymore. Like a couple of years ago, they changed it dramatically. It used to be tough to get in, but it's not now. I mean, they let me in, so it's really not hard.
I know I qualify. Yeah. I was all gaga over Nebulas when I was doing the pitching, and like I was thinking like Rose is this, like all these important people, and then I'm like, oh, just a bunch of introverted geeks just like me. But they hold the big publishing companies hold power. But if you think about it, they all started with like one or two people. Like some editor decided to start a company to to publish his daughter's book, and then it turns into, GAW or something. It's like, so.
I mean, yeah, we could start our own. Like the SSF Insider could give out an award, call it like the Bowering or something.
No.
The most
No.
boring book of the year. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, isn't that how the
Joe, have you
whole thing
been
started?
drinking again, Joe?
Actually, I'm sober. Maybe that's worse.
This is how he always is.
Yeah.
You're an
This is
entertainer.
ginger
You're like,
ale.
I did this one. I did a poll on Twitter once. Like, everyone on my Twitter X is in the writing community. Like, I have curated the thing to death. Like, I get no politics. It's all just my community. And I did a poll. Okay, all you, SFF people, are you extremely extroverted, extroverted, between the two, introverted, extremely introverted? And like, no surprise, like 85% of the people were in the introverted, and like 15% were extroverted. And I'm like, Joe's like, I'm extroverted. Andrew Louise is like, I'm extroverted. I'm like, I knew that already.
Yeah.
But you're in the minority.
But you're the vocal majority.
I mean,
That's
we have fun at the bar that way, so.
We did.
So is
we
Dragon
did.
Con worth going to? It looks like you guys just hang out at the bar together the whole time.
I don't know. You
I mean,
say
that's
that
a
like
lot of it.
Bad
you
thing.
say that like that. You didn't just answer your own question, but in fact, you just answered your own question.
But is it easy?
Is it
to
worth
get
it?
on
All you do is hang out at the bar the whole time. Yes,
Is it easy?
exactly.
Is it easy to get on panels too? Because like Tao Wong was like on 20 of them or something like.
Don't go to a panel. Just there's a bar. I don't know what you'd want to go to a panel for. I'm like,
It's the BarCon.
but it's a really nice bar. I had BarCon badges, and you're hanging at the bar, and like people like Ryan Kale come and sit next to you. You don't have to go to his panel. You can just sit at the bar. You buy Ryan a drink, he'll talk to you. I mean, so will everyone. I don't mean that specifically about Ryan, but we were just sitting there, and like Andy Peliquin and like Ryan and David List and like Sebastian de
Wesley
Castell, and we're all
Chu.
just Wesley Chu, just all sitting around drinking with us, eating chicken Caesar salads from the bar. I don't think we barely left that bar. Yeah. Like, but I mean, he wasn't just like walk by and said hello. Like, he actually sat down and talked to us for like 3 hours because we were buying him drinks.
I think
He's also a
getting on
lovely
the
guy.
Panels is probably easy enough, Palmer, because lots of people seem to do it. And there's a lot of authors that were on it. But I guess I'll be curious from my perspective to see how WorldCon differs, because at DragonCon, it's pretty well established that there's a specific hotel with a specific bar that every author, anybody in the writing community is going to go to at night. And there are a couple little niche ones for like lit RPG and stuff. Will sometimes meet up in other areas, but for the most part, everything in the writing community meets at this one spot. So at the end of the day, if you didn't get into a panel, see somebody, but you wanted to connect with that author and get something signed or whatever the case may be, like where they're going to be at 99.9% of the time. And then it's one big party. So I don't know what WorldCon will be like, but in Atlanta, at least for DragonCon, there's parties going to like 2 or 3 in the morning pretty much every night. There's different raves and different things going on. Like it doesn't stop at the end of the day when the sessions stop. I mean, I think that's, some people go just for that stuff, and then there's a lot of people that will go just for the nightlife aspect of it, where everyone gets to hang out and interact. And I think people just have to find whatever works for them.
Yeah. In Glasgow, it was a little bit of a desert. Like, there was an in crowd who knew where all the parties were, and I was not in it. And I'm watching them all post this stuff. Like some, they were all at Ames, Kings of the Wild, whatever. I can't remember his first name. His house, Nicholas Ames. They were all at his flat in like. And I was like, how'd they all get there? Like, I'm not in the in crowd, But in Glasgow, in the UK, it's illegal to have parties at hotel in your hotel room. But in the US, it is not. And they actually just book an entire floor that's the party floor. And anyone who's on that floor, they're suites. So people are throwing parties every night. All the different publishers, different groups. So you can just troll the party floors. But if you guys get invited to special parties, man, you better invite me, because I felt very left out in Glasgow.
I'm not ruining my gig, man. They invite me. I'm not saying a word. Anybody.
All right.
You guys are on your own.
Joe gets 2 drinks and he'll tell everybody everything.
That's true. I'm not good at secrets.
There's no way.
The thing about Dragon Con, it's like, there's like 85,000 people there, but the writing community that's there is sizable, but it's much smaller. It's not 8,000 of them are writers or book people. By far, it's less than that. So you have this intimate community inside this giant thing going on. So there's like, you get these spectacles like the parade and like the cosplay stuff and like just people doing like lightsaber fights in the halls everywhere you look because there's 85,000 people. But when you go to like the book stuff, it's much more intimate. And there's some cool panels. Jim Butcher and like Rachel Renner were on a panel. It was a really good panel. There's some good ones, but there's some panels that are really dominated by the in crowd, like the people who know the people who organize the panels, and they're like not always the best speakers.
Worldcon is a little bit. He's talking about Dragon Con for the newcomers. Worldcon is a little like that as well. Like it literally took me 20 years to get on a panel. Like I saw, people like sad that they didn't get on a panel. I'm like, you didn't get on your first try, boo-hoo.
I have no idea how the hell they pick panelists this year. It makes no sense to me, but whatever.
Well, are you saying the panelists aren't? I don't want to say not good, but I mean, what you?
No, they're good.
Bro, they pick me.
The thing is, a bunch of us are on panels, like. So yeah, Joe's on a bunch. I don't know how you got so many. Whatever.
I mean, they used AI, so clearly Joe is tied. He's got friends in AI. So.
They recognize that I portray AI characters in a positive light in my books. The AIs are always going to be on my side.
They redid it after that. There's an example of a kerfuffle I was mentioning is that they did initial vetting through AI, and the community went completely nuts, and so they redid it with humans. But there is a little bit of who you know, and so obviously if you're a Tor published author, you get in a panel, but the indie community, it's a little bit of a crapshoot because it's so huge. So, we have our X community in this booktube community, but there's a lot of other communities of similar sizes that, that I've never heard of any of these authors. I got on the long list of Seba, Chanticleer, Fantasy. Like yesterday, I got the notice. I looked at the long list. There were like 25 books. I did not know one of them. I did not know one author. I attended this other IndieCon in Oregon a few months ago. I did not know any of those people. They all knew each other. I'm like, oh, so I get it. There's all these little like planets in this huge galaxy of indie publishing. It's very fragmented, I think.
I've heard that about Worldcon, or I'd say cons in general over in the UK from a number of people that live there, that it's very isolated. Like it's very cliquey, like you would in high school. If everyone has their spot at the lunch table, they know who to go with. I don't know if that'll be that way in Seattle. Anybody that knows me knows that if I'm around and I have opportunities to introduce people, I'm going to introduce them to whoever's around me and try and make connections. Dragon Con, I can say 100% is not that way. Because the first year I went to Dragon Con, no one really knew me. And I showed up, I was there a day early with a bunch of authors that had never heard of me before, just because Samir had invited me to go down. We shared a room. And he introduced me to a ton of different authors that had never had interaction with me before. And I was immediately welcomed to the dinner table with them and made to feel like I was part of their group. And the whole rest of that week that I was there, they included me in every event they could, with the exception of stuff that was like industry based, that they had to be, there was an invite because it was like something from Amazon's, audiobook publishing or any of that stuff, where like they had limited of what they could do. But outside of that, everyone just talks to everybody constantly. So I'm hoping
Worldcon in Glasgow was pretty open like that. People would introduce each other to each other, and you just end up sitting with them. Yeah, to me, the nexus of the community that I feel that I'm in is all like these ripple effects from SPIFBO, because that's how I found this community. So,
what panels are you on, Joe? I'm curious.
Me, I'm on the one with Bookborn and John Mitten on long form video content. I have a table talk. I think I just sit there and hope someone shows up to talk to me, like a dog trying to get adopted.
Yeah.
I feel like in a kennel.
I have one of those too, and I'm very confused about what it is.
Did you ask for it to be? You must have asked for one.
I have no idea.
No
I just sat there and I just clicked. I just clicked on stuff.
Oh, you clicked on, yeah. You asked fun. So what it is it's a huge round table that's among a sea of other round tables, and it's for your fans to come talk to you. Like I went to one with Robin Hobb, for example. So I'm sure you're going to have a queue lining up for you guys.
I mean, I might if someone like spells my name wrong. I don't know. But
Joe, you need to quickly find a Space Bear costume.
Yeah,
have somebody wear right behind you, and that'll get people
yeah.
there.
I can do
get
that.
a purple and yellow jumpsuit. I'm gonna wear it to the con. I'm gonna grow my hair out. I have 2 weeks. I can get a ponytail. And then I'm doing
spandex, Joe.
I'm doing one on writing to market versus writing what you love, which is the topic of my heart. So with a bunch of writers who I've never heard of. So I should, if I were smart, I'd research who they are before I go, but I won't.
Are you the moderator on that?
No. But I don't know any of these people. Like, I don't know. They're probably all like going to be like, talk about how they write to market and how they do their research and how they use AI to write the books. And I'm just going to sit there with my head in my hands, crying, sobbing.
The whole community is very anti-AI, probably. I don't think that's
no. The whole community is not very anti-AI. There's a whole wing of like the 20 books to 50K or 50 books to 20K or whatever type people who are rapid release who are not anti-AI at all. So the community is much larger than we think, because there's a whole segment of people who have like never heard of Spiffbo. You can go to these cons, you talk to indie authors selling the books, like they don't even know what Spiffbo is, right? So it's like a completely isolated section of the market, which isn't bad. I mean, it's not bad to not know what Spiffbo is. I'm just saying, like, we get this sort of, we're in a little bit of an echo chamber. We're in this one corner of the indie space that I think you're right, Palmer, is very anchored around Spiffbo, and then connected through that, right? And there's a whole world that's not that. So, and sometimes they really like, we were sitting there and there was this guy looking around, he looked lost, and we just invited him to talk to us. And he started talking about how he made a lot of extra money, like doing academic writing, I think he said. And like, we're like, I don't know what you're talking. And then I realized that he like writes kids' college papers for them. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I don't want you at my table. Like, I'm buying drinks and I'm like, I don't want to buy a drink for this guy. It's just like, this is not my world. But anyway, it's okay. I don't mean to be a jerk.
AI is very niche.
Mary,
the average reader has no idea about it.
Yeah, Mary, tell us what you're on.
Yeah, what panels are you on?
Including the table talk, I'm on 8.
Wow.
I don't know how.
Hot damn.
A lot of them are for YA writing, and I don't think they had like a lot of YA authors who are going. So I was like,
woo. They just put you on all of them.
It kind of feels that way. But so I have the table talk, and I actually have an improv show, and that's under the biologic science category, actually, because my degree's in human physiology, and I used to do improv. It's actually how I met my husband. So it's like whose science is it anyway? I have no idea how it's going to go. I don't know the other people on it. I think it's moderated by a local high school like bio teacher that my husband actually knows. So but then I have social media marketing for indie authors, which like I'm always on that panel at Emerald City Comic Con, so it's probably how I got that one. And then a ton of YA ones that's like writing about boarding schools, writing about or how to talk like teenagers when you're writing your dialogue. I have one that I'm really excited for about like building your YA crew, and like I'm on that one with Fonda Lee, so I'm like super jazzed about it.
Yay.
So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Is there a panel on how to write YA if you're old enough to be a grandfather? Because I was hoping to sign up for one of those.
I think that's just any panel about YA.
Okay.
Because I think we're all secretly sad 16-year-olds still, so you just have to tap into that. And like you have to, I think Brandon Sanderson says in his YouTube series, like YA like is not like edited for like content. Like middle grade is. That's what makes it different from middle grade. Middle grade, you don't want like too much graphic gore, but YA, really anything goes as long as you keep like your teenage audience in mind and like it's built for them. So
I'm just saying, I'm not 16 anymore. I had no bills back then.
So I just want to say we're almost 25 minutes in, and we have not talked about the most important thing of the night, and that's Kristen. What goodies do you have to give out?
Oh, well, ironic you should ask. I have one right here.
Oh,
so
shocking!
Of course she does.
Are you going to show the whole thing, or is this a partial reveal?
No, I can reveal it. Only a few people in
That's an
like
exclusive.
Bo and a few other of the team saw the full thing, but I had these ribbons made from our creature creation live stream of when we made our Berserker, and I had his graphic put onto a ribbon and got 75 of them printed. And so I was going to take him to the con, and if anyone wanted one, they just have to come up to me. I'll dish one out. And this is what it looks like.
Move it over. Move it over.
All I see is the word
Which way?
fan.
You can't see it.
Which way?
Keep going.
That
Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
All right.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. That is phenomenal.
That is
So
awesome.
These people claim to be my friends.
So, Bo,
it
I
was
do
the
have.
best podcast. It was the best live stream, Bo. You missed out not being there, not being on it.
I was there watching it.
And Bo, I have
You weren't
terrible,
there to rein
terrible
us
news.
in.
Yeah,
It's true.
I have terrible news, Bo. I asked Laura Huey if she could crochet the Berserker for you to wear at the Worldcon, but unfortunately, she's not going to have time to do it. So, just a loss.
Yeah.
I'll see if she can do it for DragonCon. I will drive
It's a
down
shame.
and drive back the same day of DragonCon if that's the case.
But I was like, you're using the word terrible, but it doesn't mean what you think it means.
It is way too hot to wear something like that at DragonCon. No way.
That's true. That's true. It's very hot at DragonCon.
Even at the
You gotta
bar?
stay hydrated.
Yes.
But the bar is really nicely air conditioned. It's really nice. You just stay inside, drink, stay hydrated. It's perfect.
And I will tell you that I splurged for ribbons also, Bald&Balding ribbons. We have 433 subscribers, so I figured I clearly need 500 Bald&Balding ribbons. So, I will be like tackling people and forcing it upon them by the end. So, feel free to give them out, blackmail people, whatever you have to do.
We're going to sign Mike up for the panel on consent.
Mike, if you give them all away, will you get that tattoo?
No.
Yes.
Hey, Mike, you got your T-shirt. Show everybody your T-shirt.
Yeah, show off your T-shirt.
Nice.
Worldcon T-shirt.
No.
Woohoo!
Wow.
That was a good
See?
attempt, Earl, because if that would have been he just said yes, I'd have made sure all 500 of them got handed out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you would just thrown them away, Bo. You're like, give me
No.
400.
No way, man. I'm
He'd be
social.
slipping
I would
them
have
into
walked up to
people's
every person
pockets.
and handed them away.
Well, if you had the Berserker costume on, then we could talk. But
I don't want to see you get tattooed that bad.
I mean, I could make some lipstick for you too while we're at it.
Yeah, no.
I know some good tattoo artists in the area, so
Are you going to wear the lipstick, Mike, or just make it?
Oh, I'll make it.
I should get a
Well,
tattoo while I'm there.
Isn't Adrian bringing his tattooing
Adrian
supplies?
had signed up for like limited times for people that
Is
he had
he?
opportunities for. Yep.
Yeah, I thought he had like a sign up and like, certain slots, like, and he was going to bring all his tattooing gear, and you could get a tattoo from Adrian.
Mike, it's your opportunity.
Now's your
I'm-
chance.
I'm thinking Kristen needs to get the Berserker tattooed.
I don't know if I'd want a first tattoo to be
A Berserker tramp stand? I think
Berserker.
that's,
I don't think anyone should ever have a berserker tattoo.
where'd you got a tattoo? Lift up your shirt and show us.
I'm supposed to meet her husband while I'm there, guys. Come on, that's not going to be a good way to start things off.
Maybe he'll dig the Berserker. I don't know.
See, you're responsible for this travesty, I see.
So, Palmer, I do have a question for you. I just launched Proxima Station yesterday, so I did not get the books in time to send them for the freebie lounge. So I can just bring them, walk in with them, and set them down on the table.
Absolutely.
And will they allow me to bring a backpack in? Because I want to bring like 30 of them.
Mike, you are them. Mike is working at the Freebies Lounge, so you are them. Will you allow yourself to walk in with a backpack?
Okay.
And
And
some people have sent like hundreds of books, so you can bring as many as you want. You can bring a backpack. You can stash your secret backpack under the table because you work there, and you can like make the
oh,
rules.
look at this.
And it's kind of an open space, like it's not like a room that you have to go through a door. It has like just a panel on one wall, and then the other place is open. Oh, and we have we're hosting author book signings because The only way you could really get an official book signing is if you're on a panel. They said they might have some extra slots after everybody gets booked, but there's going to be a lot of authors there who don't have an author signing, and they can get their book signed if they want at the Freebies Lounge. So it'll just be like sign up there. It'll be very like ad hoc, but I have a table dedicated just for book signing, and yeah.
Nice.
I got book plates.
Woohoo!
I don't know how well that
Nice.
works. I think they're too glossy. I don't know if the marker will run, but I'm going to try them. So I'll bring
Fancy.
them. Anyone wants book
Absolutely.
So
plates?
Palmer. So I actually went to a local author signing today in Seattle, and I was talking about the Freebies Lounge, and they said that if you needed more books for the Freebies Lounge, she'd be happy to donate some.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you need, I can bring them the day of.
Yeah. People can drop off books any time during the convention.
Okay.
It can be used books. You can go prune your shelves. It can be authors who are carrying around books with them, their own books, but don't realize the scene and don't have a spot at the dealer's room to sell their books. People ended up just dropping off books all the time. And people who are like in our community too, like Rob J. Hayes, like he would lurk, he'd come by and he'd slip a book on a shelf. I said, I see you, and Kristen Matar did that. Crystal Matar was doing that too. And somebody else, I can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, it's very cash. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, but yes, the answer is yes.
Cool.
So, and Kristen and Mary, I have hardbacks of Proxima Station I want to hand deliver to you at Worldcon. So, and if anybody else wants one, I'm bringing them, and I'm I'm going to be tackling people anyway to give them the little sticker. I can throw in a book too. The book might be how I get them down.
So what I'm hearing
You
is
lure
the
them in
unofficial
with the
challenge.
book, and then you slap the badge ribbon on them.
There you go. Yes.
Mike, you were bringing back the challenge of like the 90s like clothing stores where you have to try and make it through the store and back without getting talked to by an attendant, except for this time it's the free book area to get in and out without Mike being able to get a hold of you.
Exactly. Yes.
They're like hiding behind the bookshelves, like looking through the books in the stacks.
Yeah, I'm not as nimble as those people were, so I am going to have to lurk and surprise.
Yeah. Well, there's curation that goes on. Like we can rotate the books out on the prime spots. Typically the tables like along the aisle, there are prime spots. So you can rotate out, because this covers out and people just kind of browse as they walk by and gets pulled in, as opposed to like on a shelf with just the spine out. And sometimes people take them and then they read. People are so obsessive and like such Burke nerds. They'll like take a book, they'll read it in their hotel room, and then they'll come back and say, I read this here. Somebody else needs to read it. And they'll put it back like a true library.
That's John from our team.
Oh my God. He was there.
Right. That's
He was
John.
there.
It's
Yeah,
like, you
I
go back and
don't
read
know.
4 books that night. Come back the next day for more, probably.
Yeah.
I am going to read no books during Worldcon.
So-
This
Guaranteed.
surprises no one, sir.
What's the difference with Worldcon to like a Comic-Con, right? I mean, if you walk through the door, do you have like rows of tables and stuff, just like you would? Is there a vendor's room and a non?
There is a dealer's room. It's pretty big. I can't remember how many tables there are, like 200 or something. It's in a convention center, first of all. Okay, so it's a large space.
Right. Yeah.
It's basically the programming is there's a lot of panels at all hours of the day, all going into the evening. Multiple panels in every time slot. So you just basically go and listen. But then yes, there's a dealer's room. It's books, it's t-shirts, it's swag, it's costumes, it's jewelry, it's whatever. But a lot of books. And where it's different from a Comic-Con is it's not mass media personalities. It's not like big fans of like Marvel or something. There is cosplay. A lot of people come in costume, but they're not coming in costume really as like a Star Wars person. Although they do, some people will, but it's not like you're dressing up as the characters. But sometimes you'll see people who are dressed up in a book's character, like one of the, like somebody in the Brandon Sanderson, like gray tattered thingies or something, but it's rare. Mostly people are just doing random cosplay, but there's a masquerade. So there's events. At night, there's a big masquerade competition, which is fun because there's some amazing like costumers, costume designers, costumiers, whatever they're called, who like, make costumes for like operas and stuff. So like total pros. So you see some amazing costumes. So that's a cool event. Of course, our panel, Joe, is like overlaps with the beginning. Last year, they started like an hour late. So probably they'll be late again and we'll get to see the whole thing. Anyway. And then there's dances. They have this thing called filk, which is like Scottish.
Not more filking. God.
It's like fantasy music, flutes and pipes and bagpipes.
It's genre folk music.
And people who like aren't that good necessarily. Sorry, some of them are amazing. I'm sure you are amazing if you're watching.
I can filk off. I'm sorry.
There's dances, there's DJs, there's movies, so you can just go watch like all the Star Wars movies, whatever is featured. There'll be features that you can go see. And then there's the party floors every night. There are book signings. There's like this whole like gauntlet of book signings where they'll have a room with like 12 authors 1 hour and then the next hour is another, so you can see that. There's these round tables where Mary and Joe are going to have crowds of people like asking Joe,
throngs,
how did you come up, JCM, how did you come up with a concept of air in space? Tell me.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's basically it. It's a geek fest. It's not a fan fest. It's a geek fest. So like, a panel on like world building or, character development or, marketing and stuff like that. So a lot of people who attend are authors who are trying to get the big break. But you do like rub elbows with the famous people. They're just there. Like George R. R. Martin has his own thing. Like last year, he wasn't on any panels. It was another kerfuffle, which I could tell you some gossip. But he was at the con, so people would like accost him and get selfies with him and stuff. But like Robin Hobb is donating a box of her books from her own author's library, and a couple other well-known authors are doing the same. I don't know if she asked if she should sign them. I'm like, if you want to. Anyway, so, but yeah, it's more of a serious convention than Comic-Con. Although trouble will be made and fun will be had, or whatever.
We're gonna take down that seriousness a notch.
Yeah, but it's in a convention center. It's not in a hotel. Like, so like, what's the bar scene in a convention? Oh, but there is a home hotel where I think where the party floor is, but it's not connected to the convention center. I think it's a shared.
There's a lot of hotels in that area, and they all have bars.
Yeah, all within like that 2-block radius of the convention center.
That's like all that's
hotels.
there.
It's the same thing with Dragon Con, right? Dragon Con's in like 12 buildings. Like it's not in one place. It's 85,000 people. They can't fit them in a convention center. It's all over. There happens to be the one hotel where there's the bar that the authors hang out at, but there's plenty of them.
Easiest way to describe the difference, Ro, is one's a pop culture conference and the other one's just all books. Like WorldCon's just all for literature, whereas like Dragon Con or Comic Con, they're pop culture conferences, so it's every genre.
So Palmer, does that mean on the floor there are no Funko Pops to be found?
Mike, I was just going to say something about that because I know how much you love Funko Pops.
I hate those things.
I do not know what a Funko Pop is. Does that make me a bad person?
Little doll about this big with a giant head. I hate them. I hate
someone
them
probably
so
has
much.
one on a shelf.
There we go. Yeah,
Mary has lots of.
Mary, that's a Funko Pop.
This is actually.
I have a big Star Wars collection of them.
Yeah. This is actually a custom, so.
Really?
This is my main character. You can go, because the Funko headquarters is in Everett, which is like just north of Seattle. So I've gotten a ton of customs of my characters up there.
Oh my God, that is so cool.
Yeah.
So wow. Mary, Ro and I just get salty because when we go to Comic-Cons, we see the Funko Pop people are like always going, "Oh, have to go get more Funko Pops. Yeah. We've sold out." And
Mary, can you ask them, since you know them, can you ask them if they want to donate some at the freebies lounge so they'll be right in Mike's face the whole?
Yes. Go up there and be like, "Hey,
I actually deliver them to Mike Molman." We will make sure they're stocked.
And I'll put a Bald&Balding sticker over top every one of their faces.
Yes. I have a comic book store up here that I go to, and they always have a big booth at Emerald City Comic Con. And the owner, he gets so annoyed. He's like, no one wants to buy comics. They all want to buy Funko Pops. So now I'm here essentially with a Funko Pop booth because that's what's selling.
Can I ask who this is, and are they local?
Yeah, he's in Everett. It's Everett Comics.
Okay.
Yeah, it's even though we live quite south of there, it's where my husband grew up, and we're very loyal customers. So.
Book Lounge. I'm in New York. There are planes. You can. They'll take you like right across the country in just a few hours.
Well, there's New York Comic Con. That's not that far from PA.
I will say the dealer's room in the convention center is huge because it is where they have Emerald City Comic Con, and it is massive, and it does get warm.
Yes.
So it gets quite toasty.
I wonder which floor, because it's usually floors like two.
It's two.
And three,
it's
right?
two.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's the same floor that I was on at Comic-Con. It is hot.
Yeah.
Can we get a custom?
You would think
Funko
it wouldn't
Pop
be like that
con?
huge opening in the floor is what
I know. It's so massive. You would think there would be better airflow.
You could just look down all the way to the bottom floor, and all the heat just comes up through it.
Let me ask the guys about that.
Yeah, at Emerald City, because I had a table, but I was right under a vent, and the table next to me, they had all these flags around their table, and the vent would just blast, and all their flags were just like aggressively flapping, and it did nothing for all the attendees. It was just that person being blasted with wind while everyone else was sweaty. So that's probably what we can expect again.
That's terrible. Oh, and there's an art show, which is cool. A lot of like famous cover artists and stuff are showing like their original art that you can buy. And those I usually get stuck. I used to volunteer. So my journey when I started 20 years ago, pitching it, going to World Cons and pitching to agents and publishers who were like, next. So I eventually got bored of going to conventions, but I still wanted to go. So I started volunteering, and I would volunteer at the art shows. Which is extremely dangerous because then you're looking at the art all weekend and then I end up buying it. I'm like, very expensive. Well, it adds up. But I did get a really cool one in LA at Lost Con. I got a sketch of, Princess Leia with her gun when she's in her white outfit. I have like one of the original sketches of that.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I know.
It's very cool.
So, Mary and Kristen, where should we go to eat after day of con?
The important stuff, right on.
So, again, it's mostly hotels in the 2-block radius. There is really good, if you know Din Tai Fung, so it's like Chinese dumplings a few blocks away, but you have to have a reservation. And I say this because
or you will be in line for
hours. And there's a Johnny Rockets one floor up. And I know this because at Comic-Con, I went to dinner with Zach Argyle and Andy Pelican, and they were like, well, we're going to go get Din Tai Fung. And I was like, did you make a reservation? And they're like, oh, no, we'll be fine. And it's a Thursday at the third largest Comic-Con in the nation. I was like, okay, sure. And I was like, we're not getting Din Tai Fung. And so I was like, okay, well, there's a Johnny Rockets right there. And so we went, and I think Andy went to check what the wait time was, and he comes back and he goes, burgers. So if you want Din Tai Fung, get a reservation.
Yeah,
otherwise,
it is really good.
Cap Hill has a lot of really
those
good
the soup dumplings?
Yeah, they have the soup dumplings. Yeah, it is really good. So, but just a reservation. But Cap Hill has
Kristen
a
and
ton
Mary
of
to make
restaurants.
reservations for us.
Yeah, if you lived there, I would think you'd be having a barbecue at your house.
Kristen and I are both a half hour out of the city in good traffic. So I actually did just have a ton of authors at my house for a barbecue, actually. It was fun, but
I was gonna say we don't live that far apart from each other.
We don't.
We're very close.
What neighborhood are you guys in?
Renton area.
Yeah, Renton Highlands.
Yeah, the woodsy part of Renton.
Yeah.
Not the downtown car dealership part.
Not
the part with bears.
No. like
It's
on
like
the
bears
edge of the
bed.
zip code of a very expensive city, right? Like,
Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah, I lived in Seattle for 10 years. I worked right on Pine for years.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so you're pretty familiar, probably still familiar with the area.
Yeah. There's, like expensive stores and hotels there. Yeah, but you can walk a few blocks and find other stuff. I mean, there's like coffee
actually,
in every other corner and stuff. Is
if you,
Belltown still cool, or that got ruined by Amazon?
Is
I
what?
I
Is
think it's a bit
Belltown still
gentrified.
cool? It's gentrified, yeah.
No, Cap Hill is like the cool place. There is actually a really cool Asian place to eat downtown at Westlake Plaza, which is a few blocks away from the convention center, but it's like designed to be a Southeast Asian street market, but indoors. And so you go in and you like order at a kiosk, and then it's indoors, but it feels like you're outside, and they have all these like fake stalls, and then you go pick your food up from. It's so cool, and they have tons of options. Like the ramen's really good, and then they have like a dessert place.
Does it smell like a real one with like stinky tofu? Have you ever been to Giant?
I haven't. I mean, I've been to, what is it, Dotonbori in Osaka, but that smelled good, not like stinky tofu to me. That kind of reminded me of there, but no, they've got a ton of really good stuff. But
that's awesome.
Again, a little bit more of a walk, but doable.
It called?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's Westlake Plaza. So like, I think it's Hasean Street Market, Hasean Street Market.
That's cool.
Yeah. So highly recommend that.
If anyone really likes like seafood, we do have some really fresh seafood in Seattle. And if you go from the convention center, go towards the pier, so like Pier 55 and down, there's Acres of Clams that has really good seafood if you're into that. And then there's a little tiny shop right by Pier 55, right kind of over by the Great Wheel, and it's called Premier Meat Pies. And they just serve little meat pies, and they have every flavor imaginable, and you can have meat pies and then you can have your beer. But it's a very small shop. Like it can only sit maybe like 15 people at a time, but they make the best meat pies.
That is so cool.
They have really good drinks.
So Pike Place Market you could walk to, which has little, lots
it's
of little
a walk, but it's nice.
Fish.
And you have to go past like the sketchy McDonald's, but just don't make eye contact and you'll be fine.
That's right. There's that one little strip of
Third and Pine. You don't want you just want to get through Third and Pine as fast as you
gotta walk
can.
really fast.
It's the one spot that gives Seattle its bad reputation. It's like one block, and it's Third and Pine, and it's right there on the way to like the touristy stuff. But when you see that McDonald's, you just walk as fast as you can.
Joe, let's go make friends at Third and Pine.
I'm just like, I grew up in New York in the 80s. Is it going to intimidate me to go past Third and Pine in Seattle?
You'll be fine if you grew up in New York.
I think I'll be okay.
Yeah. A lot of people blow it out of proportion. You just have to be aware that.
Does it still have a music I moved there with a grunge band. Okay, so and I was a DJ for KCMU back in the 90s during the whole grunge thing, and there was all the scene. There was the Crocodile and all those. And then there was down the other strip. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a music strip down in Old Town or whatever it is. And then so I wonder if they still have like the clubs with rock bands.
I would bet so. Seattle, like especially Cap Hill area, is pretty well known for having like music and live music available.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so avoid there. Okay,
but
got
it. It's not really walkable though. Well, you could take.
No, you would have to. Well, what you might want to like invest in, depending on where you're staying at, is the light rail is actually pretty nice, and it's $6 for a day ticket, and you can ride it all over. So even though like you can even hit the International District and hit some really good food there if you have the light rail pass. And there's at least
homeless people sleeping in the trains, because without that, I don't feel comfortable.
I haven't seen them there, but I'm sure they're around.
Does the light rail goes to Capitol Hill? No.
There is a Cap Hill station.
Really?
It's kind of a couple blocks away from like Now, do you know?
That must be new because there was only the monorail when I was there.
Yeah, no, the light rail is newer and it's been like
Oh, cool.
expanding, and it goes as far north as Linwood. So like, if you wanted to find somewhere real quiet for food, you could go all the way up to like, you know,
I think it
the
runs through
mall.
Bellevue now too.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But there's
wow.
like the connection to get to Bellevue, and then, but I mean, I had a couple of author pals visit a couple weeks ago, and we did like a day Seattle trip, and we were taking that light rail, the light rail. We were zipping around to different like areas of Seattle to do like different activities, and it was super easy. And like, you know, it's worth saving a couple bucks on a 15-minute Uber. So, because you know, $6 for a whole day is not bad.
Yeah.
What's the Uber scene like? Can you get drivers?
The Uber scene? Like,
I've been in places where you call an Uber and it like just never comes. Like,
oh no, the drivers show up. The drivers show up here
okay,
in my
okay.
experience.
I feel like
It seems dense
good.
enough. It should be.
Yeah,
But I didn't.
no, it's
okay,
good.
good.
It's
So we have a backup plan. We can always get an Uber.
There's always an
Usually-
Uber. Yeah.
Even if you're at the airport, when you come in, there is a floor, and I think it's number 4, that is specifically for Uber and Lyft, and you can go there, call an Uber, and they show up pretty fast because they just circle the airport and we'll pick up anybody
I'll
who
be doing that Wednesday.
books an Uber.
So, Bo, are you going to Worldcon?
Yep.
Okay. And Ro, you're not, right?
No. I am not. No.
Ro's allergic to fun.
How do you know?
So, Joe, what time are you getting in Wednesday?
I don't know, like 11 something in the morning, something like that.
Wait, if Joe, let's connect offline, because if you're getting around that time, I think that's what my flight got changed to, and I can help arrange a ride for you.
No, my wife is there, so I will be taken care of.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm the ride.
Yeah,
I don't want to throw her onto the bus live. Jeez.
So
yeah, I still have spaces
we'll
in my vehicle.
We'll figure it out. She's also going to be doing the food tour of Seattle. So she's going to spend, I'm sure, the next 2 weeks, or she's already been spent weeks researching the best restaurants that she can get to from the hotel. So her plan is just to eat her way through the city.
There's some really good food in Seattle. So.
Yeah.
She's more than me, but we're both kind of foodies. So she's going to find the best food, and
well, make sure she gets a reservation. Then.
She will, but she will.
That's in Typhon, yeah.
I mean,
she'll end up at Johnny Rockets.
She's coming. She's coming with me, but she's not going to go to the con. Like, she's not going to be at like the freebie lounge looking at books. Like, that's not hers. She didn't get a ticket to the con even.
Is she going to eat a Seattle dog?
I didn't ask her because I don't plan to like do any fancy eating myself.
No, the Seattle dog is
gotta have
a
assigned
homework
while you're here.
What is it?
It's a hot dog with cream cheese and sauerkraut. It's so good. Don't doubt. Don't doubt.
It doesn't sound good on paper, but it's so good on your taste buds.
They'll be around the convention center, the little like street vendors, and you'll smell it and you'll go, "Oh,
oh, there halal food carts around, or is that just in New York?" Is that not
the food carts are mostly Seattle dogs. To be honest,
not halal. Okay, good to know.
So we'll be getting a couple on the way back home from the bar.
No.
They're really good. If you're going to be
Probably
in Seattle, you have to have one.
Really don't.
You do. I was telling Josh that. I was like, when you get here, we got to find you the nearest Seattle dog, and you got to
go
try
to the stadium.
Sounds like drunk food for sure.
I mean, I've had them stone cold sober, and they're still delicious.
I don't believe you. You're lying to us.
That's high praise right there.
I feel like we're getting.
I will try one at least.
Okay.
So what else do we want to know about Worldcon?
I want to ask a tacky touristy question. Is how close am I to the Space Needle if I'm right there by the con, and will you think less of me if I go?
I won't think less of you. The Space Needle is actually really cool.
It's actually pretty cool.
It's really cool. I only just went for the first time like a year and a half ago. So you want to go on not a weekend. And you can make reservations. And if you're feeling extra fancy, you can bundle in the Chihuly Glass Museum, which I haven't been to yet, but I really want to. So Dale Chihuly is a very globally famous glass artist, and he's from Tacoma, which is south of Seattle. And so they have this beautiful museum, and you can bundle entrance to there and the Space Needle. And the Space Needle
hotel lobby will probably have Chihuly art in it.
Yes.
Yep.
We had it at my old
Yeah.
workplace. Like it's everywhere. But it's so cool. But it's an easy Uber drive. I would not walk to the Space Needle from the convention center, or you could, I think the monorail goes there.
it
Yeah.
does.
So you go to the
And the
monorail
Jimi Hendrix Museum is there too, right?
yeah. Well, they have Mopop.
Pop, yeah.
Yeah.
What's
So
that?
Mopop is the Museum of Pop Culture, and so they have different. I think that's where like the Jimi Hendrix stuff is now.
I believe so.
And it but when I was chaperoning a high school homecoming dance there because my husband's a teacher, so we got to like walk around the museum when there was no one there, and they had like a whole exhibit with a ton of like Lord of the Rings props and costumes. They have like different exhibits that sort of rotate through, so there was a ton of costumes for like Disney, like live action stuff when I was there. It's really, really cool. And they have like sci-fi stuff. There was like an old Dalek from like the 70s there. So highly recommend.
And you could
I
go on
will
a
say-
ferry too, because Puget Sound is really beautiful.
Yeah, my sister just saw orcas and a humpback whale from the ferry boat. So
Okay.
yeah, but the odds of that are low.
You'll be able to see Mount Rainier and what is the other one? Mount Hood?
Mount Baker is probably what you'll see. Hood is in Portland or closer to Portland.
Rainier
Yep.
will probably be the biggest one, though.
Yeah, Mount Rainier you'll
As
see
long as
like
it's
when you
not
come out of the
cloudy.
airport. But Baker will be the one that's like north of Seattle that you can see like from the boats.
And you're telling us it's not going to be raining, right?
Probably not. It's August. That's
Probably
when we
not.
have forest fires. If anything, it'll be smoky.
Hopefully not, though.
Hopefully
August
not.
is
That's
the
just the
best
people from
month
Third and
there.
Pine,
Don't
right?
jinx it.
It's been a mild summer, so I don't think the forest fires will be too bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of misty yesterday. Like
Yeah.
after all the 90-degree weeks, and then it was mist. Like,
Yeah, it was nice.
So
But you know, the con kind of sucks you in. I don't know. For me, I end up just staying there because there's a lot going on and I want to like hang with people and you know, and then like I said, there's the party floors, which are fun. So there's a lot going on. And they did the programming this year. I guess it's a new thing at cons where they like schedule panels all the way into the evening, which is kind of a new thing. So I don't know.
So I really feel like I missed the boat because I'm just like, yeah, I paid, I'm going. Did I try to sign up for a panel? No. Did I even look to see what was going on? No. I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to be at the freebie lounge. Palmer will be there cracking the whip. You know, that's all I know.
It
never tried to go
Glasgow,
to-
the freebie
it's
lounge
easy,
was a good place to be because the authors all came through there. Like, so
Mike,
Yeah.
just get there early, find a table, and sit down like Joe, and just put a little
Drink.
placard out that says "Meet Mike."
Yeah. Get a free sticker.
There you go.
We'll hug for stickers or something.
What do you mean, Mike? You have a perpetual panel while you sit at the freebie lounge. Every person that comes up to you is a potential panelist that you can talk to.
Oh, I'm going to be giving everybody one of the labels you put on their ID. So yeah.
Give them a sales pitch for every person that walks up about your books. I mean, this is my third con, and I have yet to ever plan of attending any panel. I just go with whoever I'm hanging out with that day. Whatever they're going to do, that's where I go. Even if I don't care what people are talking about panel, I'll just use it as a nap time.
There's a
And then hang
ton
out
of
with
panels.
everyone.
Yeah.
there's a lot.
I honestly found that worked really well at Dragon Con. You just find groups of people, and then you meet another group of people, and you may switch or whatever, but you just kind of
Glob
You just
on.
wing it. It's vacation. You're there to
glob
have
on.
fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm an introvert. The last thing I want to do is talk to people all day.
We're not gonna
everyone
give you a
there is an
choice,
introvert
Place,
except
my
for
friend.
Joe.
Mike. Yeah, we're not going to give you a choice, Mike.
85% are spectrum introverts.
Yeah, but once
I
you see
don't
Dirk
figure it
Ashton, and once you know Dirk, you'll know everybody.
Yeah.
I mean,
Question
other
is,
than
do I have
telling,
pants on?
Yeah, it's true.
What
other
is
than
this?
telling Abercrombie he can't write a book with a plot in it, that's my only goal for. No, I'm not really going to do that.
Mike's gonna secretly stash every book over 500 pages in like the back corner of the freebie lounge, so no one finds them.
And then at the end, I'm like, look at all these thick books. Nobody wanted them. You better write shorter.
Nobody
Yep.
wants epic books. They just want little quick ones.
Sorry, Palmer.
I'm the boss, dude. I like big books.
Ooh. Speaking of that, Palmer, when is Darktown 2 coming out?
The Swamp. I'm going through my line edits right now. I really hate doing that. It's such a pain. I have to I mean, my editor is amazing, but it's like because I never give away my master files. So I look at what she did and then I look at my manuscript. I'm like, is that better or worse than what I did? So it just takes forever. So when's it coming out? I don't know. This fall sometime.
Okay. This year, though.
Soon, this year, yeah. And then I have my third book of the Moondeed series is coming out at the end of the year, too. So I've got 2 coming out. And then I'm not publishing anything in 2026 because I'll be completely broke.
So it'll come out before Joe can publish another book, is what you're
I don't know,
promising.
man. This dude is constantly churning them out. I don't know if I can beat him.
I mean, Hybrid Helix 9 should be out by Halloween.
See?
No, not 9. 8.
Hybrid Helix 13 will be out in January.
Look, I'm trying to write a 25-book series, and I'm an old man who drinks too much. I can't afford to just sit around and publish a book a year, and I'll just finish when I'm 80. I'm not going to see 80.
How many words? How many pages? You were the one who said you had this strict word limit.
Every Hybrid Helix book is between 118 and 120,000 words, but almost all between 119 and 120.
That is either completely OCD or you're brilliant.
Yes.
Or the books suck.
No.
It's like, okay, I'm going to chop 40,000 words right here.
There's a little OCD and a little suck. I think it's between those two.
How do you do that? That is, you're writing. You look at the word count on the bottom of a word. You're like, oh my God, I'm at 115,000. I guess I better wrap things up.
It's really hard. It's really hard, but
how do you even do that?
It's
before
really hard.
A virtual fight breaks out, I just want to thank you, everybody. I have to go and go check out that non-attendee kind of thing on the.
There are some remote sessions
website, and so I can see it and maybe catch sight of you all there. But have fun, enjoy.
All right. Good luck with your book release.
Thanks.
Catch
y'all later. Cheers.
I have to head out as well. It's bedtime for the toddler, so I have to go help put her down. But thank you so much. I'm so excited to meet everyone in person. I've already met Kristen in person because basically neighbors. But yeah.
Bye.
Okay.
Look forward to seeing you.
Thanks, Mary.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye. Oh, so
I have no life, so I'll just sit here and chat with you guys.
So, Palmer, I have a question for you, and actually for Joe, too, and Bo, for that matter. Everybody but Kristen, apparently. What am I supposed to wear to this stupid thing? Should I wear my normal shirt that says Mike Molman, author? Should I wear my Druid costume? Should I wear this T-shirt 5 days in a row? What should I be wearing to this thing?
One of those every day.
I'm going to say all the above.
All of the above. You're going to see people just in T-shirts. You're going to see people in con T-shirts. You're going to see people in costume. You're going to see just normal streetwear. It's a very casual. It's a very low stress environment. It's come as you are. It'll be your tribe. You'll go oh, this is where all the other people who are like me hang out.
Wear whatever you're most comfortable in so you feel like you. Because especially if you're going to meet people and tell them about your books, you want to be you and be as authentically you as you can be. If you try to fit into something else, it's never going to come across good.
Mike, we're 50-something-year-old white men. It's cargo shorts.
Cargo shorts.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's cargo
shorts.
Totally.
Joe, you're supposed to be in jorts at your age. Come on.
No, I'm not old enough for jorts. It's cargo shorts all the way.
What is
Lots of pockets.
I'm even afraid to ask.
Jean shorts.
Jean shorts.
But it's the one where the guys cut their own jeans and make them into shorts, so they're always too short. They're also the same guys that wear the pleated front khaki shorts.
Now, can I walk around in regular shoes, or do I need to buy Birkenstocks to go to Seattle? Is it a rule? Do they kick you at the airplane? Do they stop you? Sorry, sir, you can't wear those closed-toed shoes in this city.
Grunge metal
band
t-shirts.
Kristen is laughing. It makes me think I really do need to buy Birkenstocks this week.
She's laughing because she's wearing them right now.
She's looking in her closet that's all I own.
Well, I mean, I'm wearing cargo shorts right now, so
Yeah.
Joe, just wear comfortable shoes in case you want to walk around. That's it. Everyone wears sneakers.
You'll put a lot of miles on, just like at Comic-Con.
There's a lot of Nikes. There's
I wear
a lot of Puma
Lems,
shoes.
which got me Lems got me a lot of points from my one Pacific Northwest friend Michael Michelle. It's like, you're wearing Lems. You're actually cooler than I thought you were. I don't know. It was very
But
neat.
people do come in from all over the country and all over the world, so you won't be judged by Pacific Northwest standard.
I'll judge you.
But if you want to be really impressive, have a North Face. Either like a jacket or a T-shirt, just something with North Face on it. Then you're in.
I don't feel like August is jacket weather though.
I mean, my backpack's North Face, so there. I mean, I guess.
There you go.
You got it.
I refuse to give up that backpack because it's TSA approved, so I don't have to ever take anything out. It just folds open and goes through.
If we get a hydration vest, do they get to check what fluid is in it at the con? I just had a great idea.
That's such a good question.
Who gives a shit what's in your fluid container? Now,
you know the hydration vest, right? They're like that's like the
yeah.
The little,
yeah, you got like vodka in there, something. Got you.
Think something. Vodka has no flavor, but something good.
Tequila.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, at least the convention center has its own rules. I don't feel like it really matters because I took like a whole rolling cart full of food and drink into the Seattle Convention Center at Emerald City, and they didn't care.
Had a members only jacket.
So, Mike, you could ship your books still, media mail and still get them there in time. If you don't want to carry them on the plane.
Yeah.
You'd have to ship them on Monday.
So, yeah, I may do that.
They have to be there by the 4th or the 5th at the latest. Otherwise,
I thought it was the 1st. Okay.
Well, that's because I gave the warehouse a buffer.
Okay. So I have, what did I get? I got 84 copies of my paperbacks. It's only 128 pages, so so yeah, I could ship them. That'd be nice. I wouldn't have to carry them.
Yeah. So just you have the address. Fill out a form for me, or you get to fill it out yourself. The inventory tracker. If you don't fill it out, I'll do it for you.
Oh. Can I come and sign
fill
mine?
the form out. The form goes directly into the inventory spreadsheet. So then we make sure we don't lose your books.
So Palmer, can you send that to me again at some point? Because there's no way I'll find it.
Yeah. Yep. So any questions?
I'm so old school. I print out my calendar every time, and then every time I make a change, I have to reprint it out. So yeah.
Okay. At least you print it and you don't draw it like on a.
When you drive somewhere, do you print out the pages from Google Maps and then take them with you in the car?
Not anymore, Joe.
Yes, not anymore. You've gone past that.
No, I have an atlas still.
Sure.
Remember the days when you used to get maps at the gas stations?
Oh, it was always a highlight. You'd stop at the Welcome Center because they'd give you a free state map, and I had a collection of 15 different state maps. I'm like, I can get anywhere now.
Yeah. That's right.
Well,
none of the Aztec calendars are up to date. They all ended in 2012, right? So.
So Mike. So one thing about convention centers and stuff is like an airport, not like airports anymore, but your cell phone runs out of juice, right? And you can't find a freaking charger, right? I asked for electricity in the freebies lounge so we would charge our stuff so people could come charge. We'll see if they actually put it there because I keep asking. I'm like, oh, do you really want electricity? I'm like, yes. So hopefully we'll have charging stations there. Well, we're gonna have couches. We're gonna have a couch and some cushy chairs. It's going to be a chill space too.
So I'm going to be hiding behind the couch, and whenever anyone sits down, I'll just slap a sticker on them.
You are so ridiculous. You need to hawk other people's books too, which I know you know how to do.
Oh,
Joe, you're
that's
still here. Remember, so one thing we could do if we're bored is write up little cards for books. You know how like at bookstores they write, oh, the staff favorite, da da da. We could do that too. Help people, help the indie people. But the books go. I mean, the books just like I don't think we'll have a problem, but we have like 4,000 books or more.
nice.
Yeah.
Mike's cards are going to say ChatGPT says you will like this book if.
Oh.
True.
So, other than panels, nobody has a set schedule what they're going to do. It's just kind of you show up, you hang out, you go do whatever.
Mike, this is vacation, my friend. I don't plan my vacations.
Oh, you should see my spreadsheets. I absolutely plan my vacations.
I would
but
expect that from somebody who still owns an Atlas.
I have my 5-day vacation to New York City where I took my nephew. I had it in the spreadsheet. It went from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. every day. I had it in 15-minute increments, what we were going to do, where we were going to be. It is glorious. I need to print it out and frame it. That is one of the
brother would be best friends.
That is one of the highlights of things that I've ever done. I really, writing a book, yeah, fine, whatever. No, you should see this itinerary.
No, I was supposed to go on a trip with him once, and it didn't pan out because my wife had a family member pass away, so I had to stay back last second. But he sent me the itinerary, and I sent him back and said, no way, have fun at 6 a.m. I won't be awake. He's like, you don't understand. I was like, no, you don't understand. I'm not getting up. Like, that's not an option. I will meet up with you wherever you're at when I finally wake up, and that's how it's going to be.
Yeah, don't book yourself fully because you're going to regret it.
Yep.
Like it's too stressful. It's too stressful. If you're like, oh, but 11, I've got to be at this thing. And then at 12:15, I got to be at this thing. You don't want to live like that for a con. You want to have a chance. Like you don't want to be talking to someone and having a conversation. And they're like, oh, excuse me, I've got to leave and go to this panel. And then you sit at the panel and it sucks. Because that always happens.
Joe, that's my excuse to get out of every conversation is, I have to run to a panel. That's my go-to excuse.
If you want to talk to people, I don't believe you. If you didn't want to talk to people, you wouldn't be coming to this thing. You wouldn't have a show.
You wouldn't have a freaking BookTube channel that you had that you're on every few days.
I blame Ro.
No.
So this will be the first Comic-Con that I've ever gone to where I wasn't standing behind my table and trying in vain to sell my books. This is the first time I'm going as a fan, and I'm kind of freaking out. I'm like, but what do you do with all that time? Normally, I just try not to look desperate.
That's why you don't be full freebies lounge because you can just do the same thing there, which is right by the food vending too. But anyway, your solution actually, Kristen, is better, which is to be sociable. Is that what you're saying?
No, I said just walk around. Like your day will be full. Like
I'll just walk around and have my head down on my phone, and okay.
They'll all recognize you. You have the YouTube channel.
So in
Mike.
Bo, this is absolutely true. This my brother put this. I did have a block of half an hour of spontaneous time in my New York vacation. I'm like, I don't know what we're doing, but we're starting here at Central Park, and we're going to be here by the end. But how we get there, totally up to us.
If you try and plan things out at Worldcon, Mike, you're going to get a bad case of FOMO because stuff changes on the fly. There's so many different things to do. Like Joe said, you're going to meet somebody and want to hang out with them, and if you have an obligation of something else, like it's going to make you feel very stressed. Do you stay talking with this person or do you run to whatever event it is? Like, there's a couple of panels that I know for sure I want to go see, just because of who's going to be on them, and outside of that, I will wing the entire time there, just like I do at Dragon Con, because that way, whatever seems like fun at the time is what I'll go do. And my whole point is to be there to interact with people and make memories, not to schedule my life away, so to speak. So you have plenty of things to get pulled into, and the more you start talking to people, people are going to include you and stuff. It's just naturally going to happen.
Did you download the guidebook? Download the guidebook. Go to the website and download the guidebook, which is, do you use a cell phone, Mike?
I do, yes.
Okay, good. Well, there's a thing called an app. There's a thing called an app you download from a thing called a store, and it's called Guidebook, and it will have all the panels and all the slots, and you can like mark your favorites, and
There's a Worldcon app. Is it?
Yeah, and you can like make your schedule. It'll have like a schedule for you.
And the guidebook will get updated every day there because things do change. People cancel or things get moved around. So yeah, you go to the website, the Seattle website, and there's a link to download it. If you go under like schedule or programming, there'll be a link there to download it.
So, Joe, have you been on a panel before?
Not live, like not
So,
no. I've been at panels. I've never been. Have I ever been? No.
See it because I always thought that was amazing. That I was a panelist on several different smaller shows, but I've been on half dozen, 10 panels, and the magic is over. I'm like, wow, that was a waste of 45 minutes. So they don't really. I'm like, because you have 4 people, you ask them a basic question, they all have to answer it and basically say the same thing with different words. Then you ask 2 more basic questions, and then time's up, bye. So they hold no magic for me. I think they're mostly a waste of time, or maybe that's just because I was on the panels.
In my experience, like at DragonCon, like I'd say 2/3 of the panels are a waste of time. But then it depends on the panelist much more than anything else. Although a bad moderator can kill any panelist.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. 100%. So your moderator has to be decent because I've seen some bad moderators at DragonCon and they just kill every panel. So once I see the certain person sitting at the front, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a complete waste. But then there are people who are really good at panels.
How do they kill it? Like, so I'm going to be a moderator at 2 panels. What should I definitely not do?
One is just asking
the authors on it.
Yeah, lackluster questions, like where they sort of ask this sort of rote question that clearly no one or only really allows for like one answer. So everyone just sort of says the same thing and they just go through, and like you're not there to build consensus. Like that's not interesting to anybody. Letting one panelist, DragonCon has a couple panelists who just love to talk and they don't have as much to say. And it gets very frustrating if you're just watching it. That may be me. That might be a me thing, but
no, I hate that as well. So that's why I'm having our prep session for that BookTube one to just basically.
Good luck. You're gonna have to rein me in.
I will be interrupting you. Okay, Joe. All right. Take the mic away from this guy.
Let Bookborn speak. God damn it.
They're all here for her. So Joe, shut up. No. Yeah. Because I want to know what people want to actually like. Why'd you sign up for the panel? What do you want to be able to communicate to make sure that conversation gets around to that? But anyway, I need to schedule that, by the way.
Just having some fundamental basis of like what the panel's about, who's on it, and some background for them so you can ask questions that's relevant versus me and Joe went to a couple of them where like it was very obvious the panelists made no effort going in. They just sat down almost like they got told 5 minutes ago they're going to be the host for this. And they just asked the most random questions that even the people on the panel were looking at them like, what are you like? Why are you asking us this? This isn't relevant to what we're supposed to be talking about. Like that kills it real fast.
But you get the right people on the panel. There are some people who are just very charismatic. Ryan Kyle's great. If he is on a panel, watch his panel because he's just a very that's just who he is. Jim Butcher, great on panels. But like other equally good writers are probably not. I would imagine Brandon Sanderson's a fun panelist because he has a lot to say. But I know Richard Kadri wasn't anything special. Most people aren't. Jim Butcher's son did not seem to want to be on his panel at all. Just complete dead air. It was almost embarrassing. That might have,
Sebastian was good.
Sebastian's a phenomenal panelist. De Castel, he's a great panelist. He's you can also tell if you watch the same people who are great panelists are usually good interviews. If you watch them on because a lot of the people you'll see have been they've been on like Fan-Fi Addict or something on Adrian Gibson's show. All right. So if they were really good there, you probably want to see them on a panel. Like Sebastian, that's why I talked to Sebastian for the first time, because he had a great episode with Adrian. And I'm like, I really like what you had to say about this. And then we started hanging out after that. and most of these guys will talk to anybody. Like I said, like Jim Butcher and Brandon Sanderson, good luck. George R. R. Martin, it's going to be tough because there's going to be a lot of people looking for their time. But that's only the very top tier. But like Wesley Chu's a pretty big name. He'll talk to you. He's a nice guy. Matt Dinneman, absolutely approachable, and he's bigger than God. I think there are more copies of Dungeon Crawler Carl than the Bible being printed this year.
Probably close.
So
I think panels are interesting to people who are just starting out on their, writing path, like don't know anything about anything. And so it's all like really good. And like, they think that they're networking and they're going to get a book deal by attending all these panels. So they get like really rabid and excited. But for like an old jaded person like me, I'm like, I'm so bored. Like, attending these panels, like I walk out of like half of them. Sometimes they're really good though. So like you said, like once in a while they're like very interesting and so
Rachel
Renner.
Renner.
Panels have good chemistry. It becomes fun too. Cause like we went to one where it was Todd McCaffrey, Brian Cahill, Sebastian Cassell, and I think 2 other people. And the other 2 were just kind of quiet and they talked a little bit, but they kept themselves a lot. And those 3 spent the entire time just roasting each other every chance they got. Somebody would say something and they'd jump in with a roast real quick. And that made it easily the most memorable panel of all the panels I've gone to of 2 years of Dragon Con. Because
you might not learn anything, but you'll laugh.
Yeah, and then they came back to the bar afterwards, and we sat and had dinner with all 3 of them, and just sat and that continued on. They just kept roasting each other for the next couple hours and had fun with it.
All right, guys, I need to go have dinner.
Oh my goodness!
I told you food was would be the thing.
It's 10:30.
So I have one quick question for you,
I'm
Palmer.
on the West Coast. It's 7:20.
Oh yeah, okay.
Should I even attempt to try to do any Bald&Balding interviews there, or is it just going to be all noise and no chance?
Hey, Library of a Viking, he did, and Petrick did live interviews. Library of a Viking did live interviews all the time. He would just grab anybody. He interviewed me. He interviewed us sitting around chatting at a table. And then he also he had a list of famous people he was hunting down and wanted to get, because he had his question was, if you could recommend a book to people, what would it be? That was his question. He would just ask everybody. And so he finally found the whole thing. He was like, I'm stalking George R. R. Martin. They said he's around the corner, so I'm going to go look for him. But yeah, you totally could do it. I think Petrick did live ones. So yeah, I mean, you could do that in the freebies lounge. You could be like, hey, come sit over here with me. We're going to be sitting right near the food tables.
You know what Petrick did that I think is really probably a good idea. I think it'd be very interesting is he just went and he did like mini interviews just with his phone with a bunch of different people, like 2 minutes here, 3 minutes here, just like in the middle of the con, like come talk to me about this. And then he stitched them together into a video, which is pretty simple with like, a DaVinci Resolve or something. And that you could probably get a really interesting, you got some good content out of that. I should do that.
Yeah, you could do. You could just go around to people with your phone. Are you an author? Okay, here, you want to pitch your book? I'll put it on my video. You got 2 minutes, and then get all these random authors to pitch their books, and then get George R. R. Martin or like Brandon. Okay, you want to pitch your new book? Okay, Winds of Winter. Pitch it. Like, why should I buy it?
So, or just go to each of them and say, what's the most annoying question a con goer has ever asked you, and make them tell you that story, and half of them will be like this one. Right here, right? Like great, but then you've made a great video if you get that.
So, Joe, my question for you is: for this video editing software, does it come with an atlas to explain how to use it?
But there's like 1 million hours of YouTube content on how to use DaVinci Resolve.
Actually, I'm kidding. Ro has been doing this for 30 years. So the rule when we started the channel was he would do all the editing, and then we moved to all live. So I do all the scheduling, and he doesn't have to edit ever. So maybe I just do this and give him work to do.
Yeah.
Just upload. You can upload them live, like at night in your hotel room. You'll upload all the little clips you took all day, and then he could put them out the next day.
Or the next 3 months. One of those.
Just call it a vlog, right? Like Mike's Worldcon vlog. I think that would be great.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, it's like, it's 7:55 and I'm exhausted. I don't know if I can handle another day of this. Do it like a Survivor thing, like from one of those post-apocalyptic movies.
Then you're gonna
Right?
go, but Joe is
Like-
dragging me to a party.
Yeah, but Joe's dragging me to a party. He's at the door right now. I don't know what I should do. Someone help! And then just cut the video. Mike puts it online.
Cue Joe walking in, going shots, shots, shots.
And then I'll do they all know what I look like now, so I have to wear my druid costume with the cowl over my head.
Mike's survival vlog from Seattle Worldcon, man. You could do it. You could totally do it. This will be
The
quick.
Introvert's Guide to Worldcon.
The Introvert's That's beautiful. The Introvert's Guide
here's
to
the
Surviving Worldcon.
Here's the bathroom. Here's the stall I've been hiding out in the last 20 minutes.
You gotta find like the concrete closet behind like the freebie lounge, and you found a moment of peace. I don't know how long it'll last. They can hear me from the other side of the wall.
We're gonna have all the books we can't fit out in a place called the Boneyard. It's like just part of the
perfect.
back room in the convention hall. So you can just you're like, I am in the Boneyard again. There's no one else around here except books. Let me open this box of books from Robin Hobb. Let me see what's in here.
This is
Sorry for the audio
space.
quality, but if I talk any louder, they'll find me.
Just turn it into a book unboxing.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Perfect.
You can do the freebies bound lounge unboxing videos. We're gonna have five pallets of books.
I have a
Plenty
good
of
feeling
boxes
about this.
to unbox.
I am tempted to do it, and I do not like to actually. I never watch any video I'm in because I don't like my voice. So, I'll definitely have to send it to Ro and then have him treat it however he will.
He makes the voice modulator so you sound like this.
Okay, well, I just want you to know all of you are going to be interviewed in this vlog at some point.
It's gonna be great.
Well, maybe
man.
not Palmer. Palmer, I'm going to spend the whole time. Oh, there she is. I gotta hide.
Mike, get back to work. Put that phone
Get
away.
back to work.
Your screen time is up.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my
This
God,
would be
yeah.
fun when I signed up. This isn't fun.
Yeah, all the Gen Z will love me because she'll just keep yelling at me to put my phone away.
Mike, get the
Okay.
forklift and go to the Boneyard right now.
Yeah, I got the Seattle guidebook while we were talking,
Oh, good.
Awesome.
so
I will have
very
to do that.
pleased.
All right, I'm gonna go. Bye, you guys. It's been real. See
Okay.
you in Seattle
Palmer.
in like 3 weeks
Yep.
or
See you in
something.
Seattle. I'll see
See
you
you,
before
Palmer.
that when we plan our panel.
That's right. I'm gonna schedule that in the next couple days.
Good,
gotta
good.
remember to
Sounds
do that.
excellent.
All right,
I
bye.
look forward to it.
See you.
Bye,
Have a good night.
Palmer. Okay, so Kristen, what is your plan for the Comic-Con? Are you just going to show up and wing it, or do you have...
It's got 75
Panels.
Berserker ribbons to give out.
Yeah. I'll be there 4 of the 5 days. I won't be there Thursday. But I'm just showing up, walking around. I maybe have like 2 panels that I think I want to try and hit. And that's it. And even
Bring
then
your
that's
liver.
like not set in stone. I'm treating it like how I treated Emerald City Comic Con, and that's just going between the floors.
Okay.
Yep. Have my parking reserved so I can have my vehicle close to the convention center. So if I buy a bunch of stuff, I just go huck it in the car and then
Oh,
come
that's
back.
nice. So I can't really buy anything because I refuse to like check a bag on the plane. So if I can't carry it in my one carry-on, I'm not buying it or bringing it or getting it. So like, but that it's also good for me because it keeps me from buying a bunch of junk I don't need, which I would otherwise be tempted to do.
Like Funko Pops.
Yeah,
Funko Pops or
just a suitcase full of
books.
Funko Pops.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I go to Steel City Con, the people right next to me who are very lovely people, but they sell Funko Pops, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, have to run get some more. Oh, sorry," and I just hate them, and I wish very bad things upon them, and then they come talk to me, and they're actually wonderful people, and I'm like, "Wow, I was wishing death, destruction, and ruin upon them, and they're actually kind of lovely." And then I kind of shrug and like, "Yeah, well, whatever," and then go on hating them. But that's me. That's a glimpse into Mike. Catholic school, 12 years. It does strange things to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take it one day at a time. It'll be.
So,
I don't
Bo,
know. It's
are
for
you
my
just,
first Worldcon, so.
so is Bo just going to show up, and then all the SFFI people just going to be circling him and adoring him the entire time? Is that?
Yeah, probably.
I'm not that lovable, Mike.
Like, people are going to come up to Bo and they're going to be like, whoa, you don't just walk up to the man.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, slow your roll, buddy. You're just George R. R. Martin, right?
Take your hands
just
out of your
Bo.
pockets. Let me see where your hands are.
And I'm going to be going, no, I'm bald. He's from Bald&Balding, not him. And no one's going to believe me because, I have more hair.
That's right. Bo's going to take your job.
I'll probably have a hat on. It's going to be hot and sweaty. I'll probably have a hat to soak up the sweat.
Well,
There you go.
Unfortunately, it won't be the Berserker crochet.
That's never going to be a thing. At least I'm not going to be the one wearing it. Maybe somebody else will.
Can I order a custom Funko Pops in bulk? Could give him out with a Kickstarter.
I believe you can.
God. Yeah, for Rohan, yeah.
Probably can.
And Space
Rohan
Bears.
and
Probably
Space
more
Bears.
Space Bears than Rohan.
That'd be the only Funko Pop ever on my shelf, probably.
There you go. There you go.
I don't collect those.
No,
I got enough
me
other
neither.
stuff to collect. I don't need it anymore.
One day. Balder and Baldest. Yeah.
Easy, Dan. Don't give him any ideas.
Nice. All right. I'm tired. I was up early and we went for a long hike. And I'm beat. So, Mike, thanks very much for having me. I'm gonna go to bed because it's late for me.
I feel you.
Yeah. So good night, guys. Nice to meet you, Kristen.
Yeah, nice to meet you. See you in a few weeks.
Yeah. I will be. See you in a few weeks. All right. Good night, guys.
Yep.
See you later, Bo.
Yep.
See you, Joe.
See you, everybody.
Okay. Is there anything else that needs to be said?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Alrighty. Well,
It's probably late
thank
for you
all.
guys, so.
I've caught up on my beauty sleep. This is as good as it gets. So, but yeah, I think if there's nothing else, then we can call it, and I can actually download the app and actually start looking at what's going on because basically I just figured I was going to hang out at the freebie lounge the entire time, and now it sounds like I may want to move around.
We'll pull you into some stuff.
Yeah.
Oh well.
We have to do our ribbon swap, so.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Bo, for showing up.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
And we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, see you in a few weeks.
Okay, now it's time to wave awkwardly. Everyone else got to skip this step, but